Hey guys, what's up? It's Brufio. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you my secrets about using Melodyne or Autotune. Today I'm giving you some pro tips on how to use and when to use Melodyne instead of Autotune and vice versa. So there are specific, let's say, cases in the studio when I reach for one of them or the other. They are very different sounding, although you can make an Autotune effect inside of Melodyne and you can also like pitch correct in Vari Audio or Autotune. They are very different sounding in my opinion, although you can make an Autotune effect with Melodyne, and in Autotune Pro you can also go in and make Melodyne stuff. But let's keep it simple. The Autotune effect, when I say Autotune effect, I mean the T-Pain effect, and when I say Melodyne, I mean the more natural sounding vocal tuning. So are you ready? Let's go. Let's start with the first example when using Autotune. So let's say you have a very good singer, you have a nice take, so it's a pop song or just more mainstream. Either now Autotune gives you the option to, let's say, pocket the vocals, so if it's sharp here and there, just some semitones, it would not make any difference if you hear the people singing live. You would still say, wow, that's an amazing vocal take. But in those radio ready songs, you just are used to hearing like the perfect vocal sound. And even though you have a very good singer, you can, let's say, tap with Autotune to make the notes just a little more perfect in that way. Give them those finishing touches. I would say in those cases use a very slow attack and a slow tuning amount, and this will get you pretty much there.
It's over for me, I can finally see towards my destiny, and I can be the man I always wanted to be. Being with you makes me incomplete, yeah.
In this example I'm using Melodyne, but I also have Autotune. Melodyne is just inside of the Slate digital bundle, so I'm very used to it now and it sounds amazing, so why not use Melodyne in those cases. So if you want to have the T-Pain effect, you just go up a notch. You will just increase the level of pitch correction and the attack time, so the faster you get with Autotune or with tuning effects, the more T-Pain effect you will get. This is used of course in trap and a lot of modern music, so I like it. If it fits the song, it's an effect that, I mean, serves the song as well. So it's not just, someone cannot sing, let's put Autotune on it. Of course, there's also a side to that, but if you have a great vocal or it's an artistic choice, then why not use it to our advantage?
It's over for me, I can finally see towards my destiny, and I can be the man I always wanted to be. Being with you makes me incomplete, yeah.
So Melodyne I'm using when the singer is not that good. I know that maybe that doesn't make sense right now, because you would say, okay, if the singer can't sing, put Autotune on it. Yeah, but in Melodyne I can get so much detail. I can do almost everything. So even if the singer is not good, you can make them sound like a natural good singer, and then of course you can put Autotune on it for the effect or something like that. But Melodyne, I learned so much with Melodyne over the years. It's crazy what you can do with it. You can just change the format, change the duration of a word. You can just cut words if you want and then just tune a word. For example, what I'm always doing is you cut the beginning of the phrases like a breath, and then you have the first word. If you would now tune this word or the breathing, it would really sound unnatural. So you just cut front and the end, and then you can pitch the word itself to the target note, and therefore it really sounds natural but also tuned. That's a secret I'm using all the time, and it works really good.
I finally see
You can change the vibrato, so if a singer just sings like you know, you can just make it you can just flatten it out like with Autotune. If you go too much or over the top with it, you get the Autotune effect. Also the other way around, let's say the singer's very controlled and just puts a very linear line in. The word is very linear at the end, so like an and you can just make a vibrato at the end or at the middle or at the beginning to make it more like an You know, it's really, really detailed and you have a lot of control. That's why I love using Melodyne. Also, what is very important, if you have a song that is very natural sounding, let's say an acoustic song, only piano, only guitar, doesn't matter, or you have a live version, then Melodyne really shines, because you can go in and just make some slight changes. If the singer has, let's say, 1 or 2 mistakes, just correct them and just pocket the vocal inside a radio-ready range, but it still sounds like a live performance. That's why I'm using Melodyne also all the time for that. So then, background vocals. That's a really nice topic. Of course, you can change a lead vocal with Melodyne, for example. Just make like a doubler effect, and you can spread that doubler effect out if you want. I can be the man I always wanted to be. Being with you makes me incomplete. Yeah, it's over for me. I can finally see towards my destiny. And I can be the man I always wanted to be. Being with you makes me incomplete. Yeah. I love about Melodyne is, and that's really a top secret, is instead of recording 5 takes, we talk about like a pop mainstream song now. You have all these background vocals, all these double vocals, and you always have to fit them really exact underneath the lead vocal. And you can of course use integrated software, or let's say you have Vocal Align, that's all fine. But with Melodyne, you can just make the most amazing backing vocals ever. So you just copy the lead vocal and then you say, okay, you wanted some semitones down, and then you can go in and, as I said, just shift the words as you want them to be. For example, if you use just a pitch shift software, then you cannot exactly say I want that word to be lower. So that's what you can do with Melodyne, and it's all aligned with the lead vocal. That's so amazing. You can stay in the studio and create your backing vocals from the lead vocal. That's so cool. And when I worked on really major projects, this was something that all the producers showed me, because that's really like a secret from the pros. They use all the time, and then you are thinking, these vocals are so fat and they are so spread out, and that's all the tightness of these backing vocals. I would suggest that you try this. It's over for me. I can finally see towards my destiny. That's just a quick overview when I'm using Melodyne or Autotune. The power lies within when to use what. So they have their powers and they have their weaknesses. And if you know when to use what and how to use it, then you can make the perfect vocal takes. So that's really nice. Of course, I also used Melodyne for guitars, and I also used Autotune for some amazing synthesizer stuff. Be creative as ever, but in this case it's really about those vocals. The downside of Melodyne is it takes way more time. I know, insert Autotune, it works for the most part if you have a good singer, but going in and using Melodyne to the full potential, you really will get the response of the artist and the labels and stuff like that, and say, wow, this vocal is really, that's me singing. But instead of singing 100 vocal takes and comping out really the amazing vocals, you have, let's say, 5 comped vocals, and this is the best take, and then you go in and just change details, and it really makes a difference at the end, because the lead vocal is the most important instrument in our mix. Yeah, I really hope that helps you for future projects. What matters is that you know what you can get out of them if you need them and if that's the style of music you're going for. So for quick demos, I use Melodyne, Autotune, all that stuff, but for finished releases and really public music, I'm using Melodyne most of the time. And as I said, if they need the Autotune effect as an artistic choice, then I will use it afterwards. Like this video if it helped you out. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment when you using what, so I can learn as well. I'm always open to feedback and I want to learn every day. So see you in the next video. Peace out.